Well, hey guys, welcome back to the Island Racers YouTube channel. I'm sorry that I'm not doing a lot of videos outside at the moment. I thought maybe for this video today we'll go and do a breakdown on how much it costs to build a cafe racer on a budget. Specifically, I hope that's my new favourite word, specifically the my bike, which is a TMX 150, so the lower CC bikes that you can find here in the Philippines. But before we do the video, I need to give it a good old clean before I show off all the parts of it, so let's do that. No, oh no, the camera's a bit wet. Oh. Huh? Yes, help! Help! I need to put my control! I need to put my control! Oh! No! Alright, without further ado, let's get right into the news. So yeah, from the front of my bike, we'll start off from there. We have the headlight that I bought for it, which is the yellow and black headlight, the cool cafe racer kind of style looking one. It actually came with like a grill to go over the top of it to protect the lens, but I'm not really scared of it breaking because at the end of the day, that headlight at the front, it's cheap, but it's also plastic, it's not glass, so it won't shatter. And that cost me around 405 pesos. I don't know why it's 405, it's probably because I got it from Lazada. A lot of these parts I did get from Lazada or Shopee because it was on a budget and I was doing it myself and using my own money, so I don't have much. I'm a student still at UST. Haven't changed the headlight, but when it comes to the indicators, I've gone through two different types of indicators. I've gone through the classic bulb looking bullet type ones, and then that didn't really work out. It didn't look very nice on my bike in my opinion. So I went for the sleeker ones, and that costed 300 pesos for 4 pieces, so a set of 2 times 2. That's what I used. I got 4 of them. What else is there at the front? We have the front shock boots. Do you know the covers that you have on the front of your shocks on your forks? They cost me only only 70 pesos. Quick job, and it's not hard to put on, and they make the bike look well better. I didn't know how to decide for the miscellaneous stuff like the labor and stuff, but I'll go and get back to that at the end and do like a rough estimate of how much it really cost in terms of like parts and stuff to actually do the cutting and the welding and all this other stuff, all the labor. So what else is there at the front? We obviously have the cables. We have the throttle cable, clutch cable, and the speedometer cable, which came to around 250 pesos. Sorry, one thing I forgot to say was at the front of the bike we had the handlebars. I had 2 different handlebars. I had the clip-ons, which cost me around 600 to 700 pesos. Definitely not worth it for me. It just broke so easily, and it was constantly moving, even though I tightened them so much. They were still moving, so a bit sketchy. Just get a normal bar, and if you want to get that look like cafe racer clip-on look, just get bars that can go over the front of your front cluster, your speedo, right? And then I actually bought some drag bars instead, which cost me around 1-2, I want to say, black drag bars. Oh, and finally we had the wing mirrors. I went for the classic looking ones. They look quite tall on the image that I saw on Lazada, but when it came through, it was actually it was like the perfect size basically. I just got 2 sets because I was planning to bend them to make it look more flat across the bar, you know. That costed around 300 pesos for 4, so 150 for 1 set. Okay, so that will pretty much do it for the front of the bike. We'll go to like the middle portion of my bike, I guess. We have my tank. I actually bought another tank, the TMX tank, for 1,500, but I couldn't make it fit without having to do a lot more work, so I didn't end up using it in the end. I kept to the one I had already, but that cost me like 1.5, like second hand, and I had to sand it down, paint it. Yeah, so there's a lot of money that you can waste, but hopefully if I give you the basic breakdown on what to get and what not to get, you won't be spending money on things that you won't actually end up using. So yeah, we had that tank, and then we have my normal tank, but the thing that costs quite a lot was definitely the paint. And if I were you, I would suggest getting the Samurai paint, not sponsored by them, it's just because they have quality paint. And they go around like 250 per can, and I must have used at least 11 or 12 cans, which is a lot, so you do the maths. But yeah, now we'll move on to the rear end of my bike. Well, back, middle back, whatever you want to call it. So we have the exhaust wrap. I was actually quite lucky with that because my dad obviously is a biker himself, and he used to have all these parts from his old Harley. When I think about it, it's like That exhaust wrap probably costs like half the amount of parts on my bike, you know? Yeah, I got that from free because it came from my dad. What's next? Oh, we have the bullet pipe. Alright, okay. When you go on Lazada or Shopee and you're looking for like a bullet pipe, which is the one I'll show you on the screen now, or I'll have a B-roll of my bike. Yeah, it shows you the whole downpipe, like the whole like exhaust system. You're not getting that. You're only getting the rear end of it. They're just showing you what it would look like on the exhaust, which is mad, right? For the price that you're buying the bullet pipe for, which is 1,100 pesos, and it comes with a silencer, which is great. The next one is going to be I actually bought the UBend, can't say that. What's it? The UBend, which is the bent metal. I actually bought that for my bike, along with the seat, and I got it in a bundle, and I got it from a place called Gamay ng Bakal. Pretty decent. Prices are a bit steep compared to online, but at least you know it's legit stuff and it would work on your bike, right? For me, it's worth it. And that came to a total of 1,500 pesos, so 1,500 pesos for the U-bend and seat. Oh, and it also comes with the brackets and the bolts. So once you've welded the seat on, yourself, you can mount the brackets where they need to be mounted on your seat. You just have to do the welding basically, which is sick, right? Just went on a tangent. What else is there? I got the chain, like the normal chain, I guess, was 300 pesos. The sprocket. I think I got a 51 tooth. Is that even a thing? Let me double check quick. Yeah, 51 tooth sprocket for the rear wheel. I was going to say for the front. That would be mad, right? 51 tooth sprocket on the back, and a 15 tooth sprocket for the engine. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to make it simple. But yeah, that cost altogether 500 pesos, which not bad. Oh, bought a carb rebuild kit, 180 pesos. Oil. See, this is the miscellaneous stuff, like the things that you have to do to maintain it. Like the oil for the Honda was 220 pesos, and then the air filter, which was 250 pesos. So those are little things that that you would end up changing if you're gonna go for that cafe racer look. Because where my battery box is, sorry, tangent again. Where my battery box is, there used to be a air filter box, air box. That's the one, air box in the way. So I kind of got rid of that. You don't have to, but I did, to give it that clean, open look in the middle of my bike. But you don't have to. You can actually get some covers for the sides of your bike if you don't want to spend it, which would have been probably a better idea, because I had to mess around with the wiring and all this other stuff. But anyway, we move. Where do we move to? We move to the shocks, the rear shocks. I have YSS shocks from Thailand. I don't know if they're legit or not, but I got them anyway for 2,500 pesos. Yeah, I got those. Looks decent. Flat black. Lovely. Looks really good with my bike. Rear fender. See, the fenders that you have on your bike now, you can actually chop them up and reuse them, like I did. I used the front fender off my bike from its base bike, so the original Honda front fender, cut it up and used it as my rear fender and mounted my taillight on there. And then we'll move on to the actual taillight, which I do not have written down here. Oh my days. I think it was 350 pesos for the taillight. Now, to the part that everyone wants to know, and everyone always asks on Facebook pages and groups, are what wheels and what sizes are they? Okay, I'm giving you the full detail, right? So like it, please, like, comment. These are the ones you're going to need for your TMX Supremo, and I think if you want to do it for your TMX, it's roughly the same. Just get the smaller, sidewall height for your TMX. Do you get me? For 125 and 155. So please drop a like, comment, because I'm about to spill the beans that nobody wants to tell you. So the rim set, the actual rims of it, the SPD like speed rims, cost 3,000 pesos for two. And then the front size, the size of the front rim is 2.15 by 17, which is quite a big boy. And then back one was 2.5 times 17 by 17. And then the tyres are Swallow Classic tyres, and I've got those for 6k for the set. And the size of those are, for the front is 4.00-17, and for the back is 4.5-17. So yeah, hope that was helpful. The miscellaneous stuff, like I was saying earlier, I would roughly round it up to around 3 to 5k, like buying like grinding discs, doing the welding, labour, because I got someone to do some of the wiring for it, because I had no idea, because you don't get a wiring diagram. So if I were you, don't mess with the wires too much unless you know what you're doing, or have a trusted electrician that works on bikes. Every time I had to go get something welded, like my exhaust and the tank thing, it cost me 500 pesos. You probably get a better deal, because I was talking to them in English, so they thought I had peas. Like money. I did not have money. They didn't know I was a student and paying it off my own back. Do you get me? Sorry. I don't know why I turned into a roadman. So yeah, I'll round that up to around 3 to 5k, which isn't too bad. And then the whole total that I haven't calculated, but will actually miraculously appear on the screen, is that much. That is the total. I don't want to see it. I don't really want to know the total. Is it bad? Is it bad? But that'll be roughly around the cost it's going to be. But yeah, that's roughly how much it cost me to do my TMX Supremo. But yeah, that'll wrap up this video. I hope this was informative and that you have a basic idea of how much it's going to roughly cost. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel. Give us a like, give us a share, send it to your friends who are wasting money and need to cut down on buying parts for their bikes. Bring them to my channel so they know which ones they need and don't need. You get me? Thank you. And as we always say here at Island Racers, ride safe, ride often, and win your race. Peace. Do you like my new hoodie? I actually based it off another hoodie that I have, but I made it Island because obviously Island Racers is the best. Decent? Yeah, cool. You like it? Man's dancing.